I'm a gamer and running in circles. I'm a rabbit and running in circles. I'm annoying and running in circles. Might as well jump in the hole and be a bunny. Be a bunny! Hola mis queridos, ¿cómo estás, mi Alicia? También conocido como Coneja. Hello my kittens, how are you? My name is Allison, also known as a rabbit, and today we're playing PowerWash Simulator. Oh my gosh, super excited to be playing this game. Before we get into it though, most likely you saw the 3 photos during the intro and you're probably confused and want an explanation or probably don't care about that explanation. I'm going to give it to you anyway. I want to make sure the gameplay on this channel is as comfortable for you as it is for me. I am over the age of 18, over the age of 21. There's going to be cursing, cussing, and adult topics. Most likely. And to go a little bit more in depth on the cursing side of things, I am at that point in my life where I've changed what I use in my cursing. With that, I no longer use religious words in my cursing. Such as God, Jesus Christ, holy, hell, anything like that, seriously. And I actually would like your help on this, even though I've been doing this for about, geez, how many years now? Close to 8? No, 7 years. 7 years. Um, and I have to admit, I have not gotten used to it, and until recently, I could not figure out what words to use to replace them with. And I am so excited to be using these words now. I just, for some reason, have not gotten used to doing that. So, if at any point I accidentally slip and use a religious word in my cursing, please call me out on it, comment down below. Most likely I'll accidentally edit it out or have had difficulty to do so. So, yeah, seriously, I need help getting used to it. Now, before we get into the game, I actually want to show you guys something. Because for the past 2 months, I've actually been talking to an illustrator, not just for my books, but also for the channel. Because I think for about 2 years now, I've been wanting to get a professional look for the channel, despite me doing it by hand. And now I have this little baby, little cutie. This was actually originally constructed from a Twitch content creator. Her name is Crimson Curly, and I absolutely love her. She's beautiful and she's talented with her digital artwork, and she's also a gaming content creator as well. In fact, I think one of my favorite games that she has played so far is Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero, um, and Split Fiction among that. She has a crazy community, and I absolutely love it. Anyway, she did not create this one, but she did inspire it with this little guy, this little cutie. Um, and I really do mean that. This little cutie here. I will always love it. And I actually named it Bunsanity, just because of how crazy it looks with those dead eyes. And so I decided to hire an illustrator that approached me on Threads, and they were like, "Hey, if you want me to do any work, that would be great." And I was like, "You know what? I need a new profile bunny. Can you do this?" And she took it to a whole new level, and I absolutely love it. Best artwork ever, seriously. And I absolutely love her for it. And when I realized all the other works that she has done, because I wanted to see her portfolio before doing any other work besides the profile picture, And I realized she has done like Twitch emotes, she's done character images for people, and she's also done landscapes, all beautifully done. Not in the and to be honest, it's not my kind of artwork I would want for my books, but I think I might be able to adjust to it, just because of how good she's been. Just, I mean, look at this bunny. I love it. I absolutely love beautiful Bunsanity here. And with that, I asked her to step out of her comfort zone and create a banner for the channel. And bam! Look at this beautiful thing. I love it. But yeah, we have a new banner for the channel, I put my own little touch on there to put the schedule on there as well. It was a little difficult because of YouTube's freaking requirements of putting it on the channel. And I noticed a little error of there being a star on the bunny, but I don't mind that because it makes it just a little more crazy, you know. But I'm happy with how everything turned out. Now, I've talked your ear out with that. I'm going to be talking your ear out even more during the gameplay today. But I do want to point something out before we get into the game. I know I've been talking enough already. But I want to point out these special jobs over here. Now, I know I've talked about them quite a bit in the past, but I just wanted to point out which ones I have so far, just because I ended up going through Steam to double check on which ones I have. And it turns out you do actually have to pay for a good portion of them. But the ones that I have, can't remember. I think Tomb Raider is free because I don't have it listed on my paper here. I do have the Warhammer 40k. I do have Back to the Future, and I do have SpongeBob. I think Tomb Raider and Midgar are free, whereas the other three, these are, yeah, I have to pay for these. So that's going to be a challenge when the time comes. Anyway, let's get into the job, shall we? Do we have anything in progress? No. So, I think I'm gonna do Grandpa Miller's car. Dude, caps lock. Fix it. Hello, Doc. I hope you're as good with cars as you are with houses, because I've got my old wagon out of the garage and it's dirtier than a dung beetle's Christmas list. Also punctuation, please. It still turns over fine, but I'm not taking Dolores out for a spin till it's as gleaming as she is. Thanks, Leonard. Dolores? This better not be the car I'm thinking of. Dang it. My laptop was running just fine and now it's making that loud noise again. You might find the odd streaky line where Bert tried to clean it with his power washer, dribble washer, more like, Jeez. Okay. Right. We're gonna have to be using this a lot. Boop, boop, it. Come on, there we go. Alright. So, I hope you all checked out. I hope some of you were able to attend my live stream on Friday. I was actually really happy to see how well it went up until I pulled the plug on my laptop. I was trying to fix the cord that was keeping the laptop alive. You know, battery-wise. But when I unplugged it to fix something, it shut down the entire laptop. I was like, oopsies. I hope that didn't end the stream. And oddly enough, it didn't. But I managed to get the stream back and running on the laptop at least. Or for my mental sake at least. Because I didn't want to end it on such short notice, you know. But I think the stream went well. That's just, it's sad to see that happen. Eeh. But yeah, so, for the live stream, I played House Flipper, and I'm glad I did. if I manage to play if I manage to do a live stream next month, it will be Dreamlight Valley. I just need to figure out a day to do it. There we go. Hey. Ba-dum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Ba-da-da-da-da. But Jiminy, that's right. I used to race this beast all over. It's got a grunt like an angry rhino. Heck, I won the 1989 race of champions in it. Racing team. Yeah. No, I didn't. I watched that on TV. What a jokester. Never fall in love again. Dude, I think I might end up watching that movie again. Strange magic on the brain. Don't know why. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. I don't even know how that song came up in my head, considering, Wish has been in my head. There we go. Come on. If you're wondering, like, why I'm scrolling so fast through it, my laptop has a, touchpad. Bum, 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 bum. I'm using this soft touch of water right now just to get all the basic dirt off, then we'll go to the 0-degree water. Hey, dirt! Get off my car! What? Get off my car! Ooh. Get lost, would ya? Yeah. Not surprised. Come on. Okay. Oh, man. So, ha 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 ha. What a crazy guy. Yeah, that's a lot of rough dirt on this. I hope we didn't get any of it rusted. Because this doesn't look like rust, it looks more like dirt. Yeah, that's just hard dirt, it's not rust. Yoink. Let's go. Let's scoop. Bum, 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 bum. This gonna take some doing. I don't know if it's gonna take the full video or not, but definitely gonna be willing to do before. How long will you be? I was thinking of taking the car for a tear up down the old abandoned sewer system. Dude, you're gonna get this thing dirtied up right away. I don't think he should have a race car. He's just gonna do the same thing all over again. Come on. Go! There we go. Now, the hard degree, 0 degree material. So if anyone watched the House Flipper live stream that happened, I actually kind of want to continue a conversation that I started there, or sorry, ended the stream with. And I believe you know what, I've already forgotten what the conversation was. I think it was a movie? I forgot which movie it was though. Oh, City of Ember. So I ended up renting it the same night, the same day, and rewatching it was just so much nostalgia, you know. There we go. And it was just nice to be watching it again. I forgot how much I really enjoyed that movie. And I was wrong. Um, I was wrong about the actor I was remembering. And I actually kind of want to check something with City of Ember because one of the main actors, one of the main characters, reminded me of a character from a different movie, and I was like, wait, could that be the same guy? Um, do 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 do. No, it is not the same actor I was thinking of. Okay, dude, his current pictures makes him look like a hottie. Sorry, I'm a sucker for blue eyes. Okay. And when I say blue eyes, I mean like those bright crystal blue eyes, you know. He doesn't have those, but he does just like have that generic blue color in his eyes, and even those are devilishly handsome. Bum, 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 da, 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 da. Oh, got that. Oh, why is this still not? Why is the hood scoop not cleaned yet? Oh, the front of it. I've had a word with Lenny, and he's certainly not going to be tearing it up down those sewer systems. We'll be sticking to the main street for now. Thank you, Dolores. I'm surprised that is that his daughter or his wife? That was funny. Apparently, he put his family on a group chat with me. That's kind of a dirty thing to do. But I guess he would want his family to be updated on, like, the cleanliness of his vehicle, you know? There we go. Our first being completely filthy. There we go. Bum ba da dum bum 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 bum. But yeah, there was also one more actor in City of Ember that caught my attention, and I think that's one of the reasons why I watched how I found City of Ember in the first place. One, not entirely a big fan of Bill Murray. I'm not. But there are certain movies of his that I actually do like. Groundhog's being one of them. Um, Groundhog Day being one of them. And City of Ember, clearly. Because in City of Ember, he actually plays the villain, which is an interesting sight to see. But Tim Robbins is also in it, and I have to admit, Tim Robbins is like one of my most favorite actors. He's like definitely in my top 10, if not top 15. Alan Cumming is definitely in the top 5. I'm kind of saying that because um, one of my top 5 celebrities is Jacques Whipper, and his latest short used the introduction of Cabaret for his short, for his one of his latest shorts. And towards the end of the song for his short was like clearly someone saying "Willkommen, Willkommen, Willkommen," which is I think German for welcome. I could be wrong on that. It could be Hebrew or whatever. Um, but I could clearly hear the accent of the person singing the song, and it was clearly Alan Cumming. I am aware that Alan Cumming is also a Broadway star, so to hear his voice in that, I was like, oh, thank you for using such a fitting voice for this. And I actually left the comment saying that too. It's like, I absolutely love Alan Cumming, and he's a badass for delivering such brilliant lines, or even the dumbest of lines. He knows what to do. I keep forgetting that I need to get caught up on Prater. But I think I ended my subscription with Peacock because I'm trying to save money here. I'll probably activate it once I'm have enough. Once I'm caught up with a lot of other shit going on. Because I'm trying to watch The Nanny as well. Like, I'm a sucker for rewatching old shows, especially ones that I used to watch, and The Nanny was one of them. Oh, here we go. Interesting. Okay. if you're not familiar with Nanny, I'm not surprised. Because that is a super old show. It has, I think his name is Charles Hennessy. I could be wrong on his first name. He actually ended up doing a couple of Disney Channel original movies back in the day. I think one of them was Mom's Dating a Vampire. That one always cracked me up. That movie cracked me up. It also had a whole bunch of secondhand embarrassment, so it was kind of hard to watch at first. But once you watch it a second time, you're like, okay, this is good. It's pretty decent. um, and if you're not aware, I despise secondhand embarrassment, um, especially when watching them on TV or watching them on shows or movies, especially when it comes to reality TV shows. So, um, I think one movie. Whoops. Um, I think one movie that has a whole bunch of secondhand embarrassment, it would be New Guy. I am not going to go into detail on what that movie is about. That was fucking stupid. There was so much secondhand embarrassment in that one. And I think it might have created a couple of memes too. There we go. Alright, dang. Um, let's see, what's another one that has a secondhand embarrassment? Dude, where's my car? Breakfast Club. Although I don't mind Breakfast Club. But there's definitely some secondhand embarrassment in that one that I don't like. Uh, uh, I mean, I know there are other movies that have secondhand embarrassment, but none are coming to mind right now. Oh wait, no, Miscongeniality. Miscongeniality definitely has plenty of secondhand embarrassment. That one is fucking stupid. But I actually do love it because there are certain scenes where I'm just shouting out, "Eat a Snicker! Eat a Snicker! Eat a Snicker!" But the second Miscongeniality 2 was just even more stupid. Like I was watching. It was earlier this year where I found a channel that I really like, and they reacted to Miscongeniality, and the other person, the React channel has two people, and wait, what? Yay! Oh, but yeah, the second person on their channel was like, yeah, Miscongeniality 2, we just don't talk about. Miscongeniality 2 is basically like banned from our fan group, fan base. Basically, everyone is ashamed of it, and I have to admit, I am somewhat ashamed of it. just because like there's a lot of bullshit in that movie that I don't like, and definitely not helpful of the current times either. Doc, the car looks so fresh. You are a sopa star, dude. Haha. I cannot wait to see old Bert's face when me and Dolores streak past his front yard and he sees what a power washing pro can do. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, clean the fire truck. FA, we're currently down at Oakwood Falls, about to risk life and limb because someone thinks they saw the mayor's cat licking its paw under the waterfall. Good grief. It's got to stop and I've had a brainwave. Bring the old truck out from the garage, give it a clean up, and send the recruits out on that wild goose chase, whilst the rest of us get on with all the proper jobs. It's hecka filthy, but if you could do your thing and make it sparkling, the mayor will never tell the difference. Thanks, pal. You know what? Let's do it. We're halfway into the episode, but hey. Look at that. We'll do the basic wash and then we'll do the rust. Look at that, beautiful. Wait, wait. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. There we go. Got first ding already. Whoops. I do. Alright, so enough talk about secondhand embarrassment. What else is there to bring up? Um. Uh. Oh yeah, I could talk about my dreams. Just weirdly enough, like I love talking about my dreams because they're so crazy. They're so crazy and so supernatural that there's so many of them are like I end up waking up and saying I could definitely see this being a show or a movie or even a book. It's like they're that good. Um, Although I imagine some people would say I saw this happening a mile away. It's like fuck you. Because there are even some there are a lot of Hallmark movies that have the same like plot line, you know, but they just tell it in so many different ways that people are like, I saw that coming a mile away. And me, I'm like, well, yeah, but you don't know how it's going to turn out. You don't know, or not, you don't know, like, how the relationship is going to be repaired, or whatever, you know? Because most of the Hallmark movies are, like, show that a good portion of the people in the main storyline are fucked up beyond repair, or as some people would say, foobar. Or just have misplaced guidance and need help, you know, and end up getting that help in the long run. But I love their movies, especially the mystery movies. I think my favorite mystery movies from them is the Garage Sale Mysteries. And I think it's partially because I love Lori Loughlin. You know, there's a theory that the cat's not really missing. Right? Um, but yeah, so one of my latest streams, the mayor's using it as a distraction device so no one notices all the pipeline stuff. Oh. I wouldn't be surprised. Right, the tire. The wheel. I can watch it from here. Ding 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 ding. We have a winner. Right, sorry, my dreams. So, one of my latest dreams, I already forgot how it started. Oh, it started as a custody battle. Um, a custody battle over 3 kids. And this actually I think this got inspired from one of the latest abuse stories that I was listening to, where, in the abuse story that was focused, the main character of the custody battle story was that the middle child, there was 3 children, and the middle child, the parents didn't even fight for, and he ended up going through foster care because the parents thought it would be easier that way. They didn't bother fighting for him. And and for me, I was like, that's too fucking depressing, and I'm wondering if I could change that someday in like some sort of story. And somehow it just got seeped into one of my dreams, and I was like, okay, I'll take it. But yeah, so the dream was of, a similar story of that, 3 kids going through a custody battle. The father decides to take the older brother, um, and the mother just takes takes the youngest daughter, and the middle child is a girl. I don't remember the ages I gave them. I know the middle child, I had her as age 14, and originally I think the older brother was probably like 16 or 17. And because, custody battle, they have to be in the range of before going through before being 18, 'cause that's how custody battles usually work in America. Um, Although I have to admit, this particular dream is set in one of the countries that I created, so certain laws are like changed. Like the legal age is still 18, but the legal age to work is 16, and the legal age to marry is like 12 and up, but they need permission from their parents. Anyway, so, the hey bud, do you know if the mayor's cat's still missing? I'm up at the volcano and I think I see him on the outer rim. I'm going in for a closer look. Dude, what? Um, right, where are we? Can we see the volcano from here? Nope. See that though. I wish I could zoom in. Alright. back to the fire truck. That's crazy. Calvin is gonna get in serious trouble. Um. Anyway, so the custody battle ends with, the middle child having to go through state because of state, fuck's sakes, state foster care. And, she's upset about it, of course. Like, she resents her parents for not fighting for her. But, oddly enough, like, when the five of them walk out of the courtroom, while they were walking out of the courtroom, someone had approached her dad and basically whispered hotly to him, "You're gonna regret doing this. Uh, you're gonna regret not fighting for her." And the middle child, the 14-year-old, was like, "Why would she say that? Who is she?" Um, but as it turned out, that woman was her aunt on her dad's side. And while when she got to the foster home that the state chose for her, she was pretty much startled as to what was going on. Because it turns out the foster mom only takes in children between the ages of 14 and 17, which confused her. She was like, "Why would you do that kind of precision of age?" Um, and she finds out when the foster mom brings her to the basement of her house. Like, the entire basement is soundproof, and there's just like a whole bunch of kids just having sex with each other. Um, and she was just kind of horrified, and she wanted to leave, but she was worried what the foster mom would do if she did that, so she just stayed quiet. And oh, I didn't clean the tire. And so she just stayed quiet, and she was brought to a group of boys that were not having sex. They were kind of masturbating. And so she told the 14-year-old to strip, basically. And she was like, "What?" Um forgot what the exact wording was, but like, she pretty much scared the teenager into stripping. I think she actually encouraged one of the boys to like entice her or whatever. And she ended up losing her virginity because of this. But I think, like, towards the end of the day, she was scared and didn't know what to do. Ooh. Hey Doc, we have a lovely little job for you up at the house when you're free. No weird stuff, promise. Aura Smith and Jenny Pebbles. Oh! It's definitely Ulysses. I can see his funny leg. Uh-oh. Why would a cat hang out 10 feet from a lava flow, though? I think I know. I'm not gonna say, because the last job for the career path is, I guess it's like the world's best log fire. I suppose it would be, yeah. But if I remember correctly, the last job for the career path pretty much explains like what happened, or why all the cats in the city are like acting weird. Okay. So now all the basic dirt is clean from the main truck. God dang it, where's the ladder? Wait, what does that say? Police. Bullet rules. Fired rules. Jerks. Uh. I have to say though, it's not funny to do that. Although, you know, policemen and fires, I suppose, have their own little tiffles, quibbles. Right. So I forgot where in the day it was, or if it was the next day. I can't remember. But at some points, the 14-year-old um ended up getting a call from this random lawyer, and she was like, "Who are you? Why are you contacting me?" And he was saying, he said, "I am your grandpa's estate planning attorney." And she was like, "Wait, what? Which grandpa?" The grandpa on your dad's side. Um, and so she ended up just having to go through. She ended up meeting him that same day, or either the same day or the next day. I can't remember. Um, but she ends up meeting him, and she learns that there were a whole bunch of shit going on with her grandpa's will. Like her dad had supposedly, dad didn't show up for the will reading. Her dad didn't show up for the will reading, and because of that, he didn't get his inheritance, which was the same collection and the family estate. And apparently, her grandpa was like some big hotshot in the city. Um, and just like she was shocked that this was her dad's inheritance, and he just didn't bother to show up or even talk to his dad's like estate planning lawyer, attorney, whatever. So, okay, I'm within a whisker of Ulysses now. Oh my gosh, you're in fucking trouble. We're up on this outcrop, and Mount Rushless is rumbling more than ever. Dude, get out of there! Are you fucking kidding me? I've always been a dog man, and now I know why. Oh, what? Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and switch it. Mm. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum. But yeah, so, um, she ends up learning more about her grandpa's will, like, in that one meeting alone. Because like it turns out that her grandpa had like a huge list of caveats and clauses and all that shit. Like he had a list of like things that would happen with his grandchildren that because he knew his children too well, you know. So he has like he has basically his will read that if any of his grandchildren end up going through adoption, they are to receive like $5,000, and to have their own, uh, and something else I can't remember. But if any of his grandchildren went through a custody battle and ended up being put in foster care, they are to receive a trust fund. I forgot how much was in the trust fund, and they are also to receive $15,000. Sorry, they're also the adoption grandchildren would get 5,000. Those in foster care would get 15,000. But I forgot there was what the other stipend was, but it mentioned that she would get that because she was a grandchild, she would get 1/8 of his financial assets. That's what it was. His will said that all of his grandchildren would get 1/8 of his financial assets. And she was like, huh? Just because of that alone. And there was another thing that really took the cake, and it was that if the grandchild that went through foster care was because the parents did not bother to fight for them, said parents in my will will revoke their inheritance and be passed down to the foster child, which basically meant because her dad put her in foster care, she was to receive the stamp collection and the family estate, which was like, huh? It just like put her in a big state of like, what? I'm rich now, and I have my own place. And so basically the lawyer helped her out with, making sure, getting all that stuff legalized, and the estate included, like he decided to help her out with a whole bunch of shit. Yay! I think that's everything up here. Yeah. Um, and I think after all of that, he was he even like took her to the bank and helped her out with creating bank accounts for the trust fund, as well as the money that she inherited from her grandpa. So she basically had like 2 bank cards to help her out. And funny enough, like even that is basic in America. Like I ended up having a savings account with my mom with a bank when I was like, I think 12. Of course mom became my financial power of attorney because I was too young to take care of the money myself, But still, felt nice to have my own account with the bank. I almost forgot about this handle here. Come on. There we go. Um, and just like a whole bunch of, like, by the end of the meeting with the bank employee regarding her accounts, she realized that sorry, the employee notified her that even though her new address is at the estate, the cards would be mailed to her current uh, address, which was her parents. And she was like, "Oh shit! Then I need to figure out a way to stay at home and make sure my parents don't find out about these cards, because she fully knows what will happen if they find it, you know." Um, because they're not rich. Like, her parents are legit not rich. They were going through the divorce and having to do the custody battle, like, drained a lot of their money, you know. Uh, Sorry, I want to get these wipers. There we go. But yeah, so I know I'm already at the hour, basically. I need to power down, but I want to finish this up, and not to mention I'm actually pretty close to finishing this job. So, um, basically, since this was happening at close to the bedtime, she had to go back to the foster home, since that was her home. But she packed her things, all with everything but the, oh geez, what the fuck? With everything but one outfit for the next day, you know? And when she left with her suitcase, or as she was leaving, um, her foster mother, as well as one of the boys that was 17, stopped her because they wanted to know what was going on. Like, why was she leaving? And she basically told her foster mom that, I have a new home now, and it's not with you. Um, I have a new residence, and I have to make sure that no one steals it. She's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, my grandpa is such and such. And she's like, oh shit. And even the boy was like, oh, wait, can I come with you? And she actually asked him, like, why would you want to come with me? Um, and it was partly because his birthday was the following week. Like, he was about to turn 18. Because even at that point, like, he would be ready to leave anyway. So he was like, okay, go ahead and pack up. Because there are a couple of things that I need to take care of, you know? And oddly enough, the two of them locked eyes. I had to do it, guys. I had to have some sort of love connection happen with this story. The two connected their eyes, locked eyes, and they had some sort of connection going on. And me being the idiot, I was really hoping to keep them as humans for the supernatural world side of things. I really wanted them to stay human. But that changed. That that idea pretty much ended like by the end of the week of the dream. We putting you there. Oh, there we go. Anyway, so they locked eyes, and they don't realize why they're having such powerful connection with each other. Um, but what what's crazy is that when the lawyer picks her up, and he's surprised to see the boy he was surprised to see a boy with her, and she was like, "Oh, this is such and such. He's gonna come with me to the estate, as her as for a temporary home until he turns 18 next week." And he was like, "Oh," and then he subtly brings up her grandpa's beliefs, which was that um, he believed in magic. He believed the supernatural was real, enough for there to be like ghosts, um. Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what? Yeah, no, that he believed in ghosts. He believed in fairies, demons, all that shit. Um, and she was surprised to hear this. And he even said that her grandpa believed in soulmates, uh, wholeheartedly, to a point that he actually learned some things of the soulmate connection, of the soulmates bond and connection and all that shit, saying that there's certain emotions that you get when you find your soulmates, um, that there's like a physical, mental, and emotional connection, and that you even get telepathy, when you do a complete bond. And she was like, "Oh, dang, that's pretty crazy." Um, and so when he explains the physical connection part of the soulmates, she got curious and decided to scratch her arm, or scratch her hand, her left hand, and at the same time, the boy in the back seats got a cut on his left hand. Um, and he asked the 14-year-old, "Hey, did you cut yourself? Um, or do you have a cut on your left hand?" Um, and she's like, "Yeah." And he asked to see it, and so she did her best to show him. Um, and at the same time, he showed her his wound on his left hand. And when the two hands were connected, were next to each other, bam, the cuts were healed. And they were like, "Oh, we're soulmates." And they just were ecstatic to heck, you know? Um, but because this was a new day, like, she wanted to get to the school to notify the principal that, that she needed to be home. Um, oh, that's one other thing I forgot. That's one other thing I forgot. When she was at the bank the other night, she realized, why she needed to be home, um, to get the cards, and so she asked the employee if she could get on the computer and write up a note to the principal of the school to let her know that she had to stay home for a few days. Uh, and she actually made it legal by like putting down blank lines, putting her names under 2 lines, putting her mom's name under 2 lines, or sorry, putting like parent legal guardian lines, as well as the lawyer lines of a witness, because she wanted her lawyer to be the said witness, you know. Um, and when she got home that night, like she explained to her mom that she wanted to be home to, you know, emotionally and ready, and also pack the remaining of her things for the foster home and such, whatever, just to kind of make it official. And she was like, okay, fine. Just like the story was all crazy the heck. Uh, as far as like legal matters goes, you know. Um, but when the morning came, like when all that shit happened with the foster mom and her soulmate, like it was pretty intense. Um, and when she faced the principal about, you know, the note and all, he was like, "You're good. Um, all you just had to do was talk to me, and this could have been fine." It's like, no, this needed to happen officially. I wanted to make sure that was proved, you know. Um, and um, not like what happened in between, but I know like in the process of my brain, y'all. Like I really want to get this job done before going. There we go. Oh, oh, that worked. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Alright, so oh wait, how am I missing handles? Oh, those handles. Right. So, more of the dream. She took, I think, uh, by the way, I should probably mention, I think the custody battle happened like on a Tuesday, I think, and going to the school was Wednesday, because she took Thursday and Friday searching the house, like trying to find any other legal documents while her parents and her siblings were away, like her siblings at the school, her parents at work. She was trying to find any legal papers that could possibly help her out, or even her siblings. Um, and of course, like, she finds a safe that's in her parents' room, and she took like nearly all Thursday to try to figure out what the passcode is. She she had already made the 2 errors on the safe before, realizing, oh, there's probably an alarm and security or whatever in place if I mess up a third time. So she like took her time on Thursday to try to figure out what it could be, and couldn't figure it out. Friday came, and she realized, oh, you know what? It is probably something that they normally wouldn't use um, for codes. Like, it was a number pad. So she was trying to figure out what kind of codes to use. Like, she knew it couldn't be her birthday, her siblings' birthdays. Her parents were meticulous on that, were adamant on that. Um, she knew it couldn't have been her parents' birthdays, and she knew it. Like, she knew it couldn't be anything related to her and her brother and sister. Like, her parents were pretty clear about that when it came to passcodes. And so she had an epiphany that it could be the social security number, or rather their government number, I should say. I don't know if I haven't decided if the Basho government uses social security numbers or not. Um, why is the game clearing this? Fog lights. Right, I'm gonna need it. Fog lights. Oh, those things. Bum, 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 bum. Whee! Stop though. Yay! Jeez, my hand is cramping up. Um, but yeah, so she ends up going through all that, and when she opened the safe, because it turns out it was her dad's government number. FA, you're a legend that is absolutely pristine. Even the rust's gone. That should get the mayor off our backs for a while, which means we can all get back to doing the jobs we're paid for. Thanks, pal. Yeah, for instance, saving that guy from the fucking volcano. Clean the recreation vehicle. Doc, we'd like you to meet our trusty RV. Before we settled down at Esther's, we traveled around the country chasing mysteries, doing odd jobs, just bumbling around, really. One day we might be deep in a wood, the next we're traveling at breakneck speed along country roads, evading the authorities. All of which was taking its toll on our poor RV. Please give her the queen it deserves. She deserves to reclaim her crown as queen of the open road. And look, there's that house. The pipe drawings. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, y'all. But I do want to finish talking about that dream, just real quick. even though I know it'll probably take like an extra 10 minutes to talk about it. Um, but yeah, so she ends up opening the safe and she finds all kinds of documents, and not to mention so much fucking money. So she decides to pull the box, one of the empty boxes that she had in her room, and she had already marked it fragile, and in parentheses keepsakes. So she puts in like half. She takes half the money that was in the safe, and she ends up going through all the. She ends up finding this blue jewelry case. This blue, I guess leather. I don't remember what material it's called, but it's that jewelry case you normally get at a jewelry store, you know. But it was big enough for like a necklace. She opened it and it was this beautiful white pearl necklace. And in the bottom part of the lid, she saw a piece of paper taped to it, and it read, um, "For such and such on her wedding day." Uh, and she was like, "Huh?" And she looked a bit more on the lid and inside of the lid to see if there was anything else. And it turned out there was this like one name etched in, embroidered into it, and it was a specific name. I can't remember what name it was. Um, I can't even remember if I actually made a physical name, put a physical name to it. I just know that she saw a name on there, and she was like, "Okay, I wonder who that is." Maybe my grandma. I don't know. But among the legal documents that she found, she was surprised at what she found, at what she read, I should say, in those documents. Of course, there were the birth certificates, hers, her sister's, her dad's, her mom's, um, and her mom's birthday had her curious, and she was like, "Wait, that doesn't make sense. Mom has told me her birth year, and this doesn't match. The birthday did match, but the birth year didn't." Um, and so she ends up looking at her brother's. The last birth certificate was her brother's, and what she was pissed. She was legit pissed because it said her. Because according to her birth certificate, according to his birth certificate, it's basically stated that he was like over 18 years old, like close to his early 20s, um, which meant he could legally adopt his sisters if he wanted and take care of them. But what pissed her off, even like she even spotted the passports that belonged to her family, and she opened her brother's passport, and yeah, it did not match up with his birth date. And she even opened her mom's passport and compared the two birth dates, and yeah, the year was incorrect. Um, so basically, her mom had lied about her birth date, which pretty much meant that her mom was 12 when she got married. And the fact that there was no documents whatsoever to prove that her parents allowed this marriage to happen meant they basically got married illegally somewhere. She doesn't know if they were actually married in this current county that they lived in, you know? And she even found other documents. Um, she found like three separate documents stating that she and her brother and her little sister have their own trust funds, which also pissed her off because she and her siblings never received a single cent from these trust funds, which had her scared. Because if they haven't touched it, but her parents knew about these trust funds, what are the chances that they've been siphoning it and there's no money left in those funds? So basically, after she found that, she realized she couldn't keep these in the box. So, and by the time she had done reading these, by the time she had found out about these, her brother had come home, and she was kind of panicking because this meant that her mom would be home soon. So she quickly stuffed the jewelry box at the bottom of her suitcase and um, went to her dad's study and grabbed a manila envelope and stuffed these papers in that manila envelope. But she realized she couldn't put them in the box, clearly. So um, she grabbed her backpack. Uh, while she was about to grab her backpack, she heard her mom. Um, actually, no. It was before she grabbed her backpack. Like she decided to talk to her brother, um, because her brother was home. That meant her little sister was home too from school. So she basically had to convince him to um keep their mom in the living room while she grabbed some stuff that she knew was important. Um, and she had to kind of coerce her little sister to stay in her bedroom while doing her homework. She didn't want her little sister to find out what was going on, you know? Um, and so while she was grabbing the manila envelope, while she was stuffing the jewelry box, her mom came home. And that put her in a panic, which had her grabbing the manila envelope, stuffing the papers in them, grabbing her backpack uh, as well, and just stuffing the money in the backpack as well as the manila envelope and the passports too, because the passports that belonged to her, her sister, and her brother, because she didn't want them to be she didn't want. She knew that with the knowledge she had, her brother and sister will be staying with her at the estate. Like she was adamant in making sure that they had a home with her. So, um, as she after she did that, like she carefully closed the safe to make sure that it didn't make any sound. She knew that if she would get in trouble if her mom caught her. And after that, she basically rushed out of there. Her mom caught her, basically saying, "What's in your backpack? Where are you going?" And she just casually, just as calm as she could, said, "I'm going out for a walk. Um, I'm going out to a friend of mine's to go over some homework uh, that the teachers may have left for me, you know." And she was like, "Okay, be careful." And she knew she had to get out of there fast before her mom found out, you know. Because eventually her mom and her dad are going to have to open the safe at some point to get everything out. Uh, but um, like she ends up calling the lawyer and saying, "Hey, you need to come to the bank with me. Something's going on." Um, actually no, she was alerting her lawyer that something's wrong. I found something, and I'm going to the bank to make sure that that my suspicions are either correct or incorrect. And he's like, "Okay, well, inform me update me on what's going on, you know." Um, and so she goes to the bank, talks to the same employee that helped her out, saying, "Hey, I think there's something else that I need to look at." Uh, and she pulled out the trust fund papers and told her that I need to know if they've been touched. Um, and so the woman typed it up on her computer, found out there was zero money in all three trust funds. Just like, oh my gosh, her parents were doing illegal shit. uh, and so basically, she knew that she wasn't safe. She knew that her brother and sister weren't safe. She had to do something. Um, but she had a plan. Like learning this information, she had a plan. Um, but she realized she had to confirm something because her instincts were telling her that her parents got married illegally. So she asked the employee if she could access. Actually, no. Before she asked the employee access for the marriage license, she actually called up the county that her parents were originally from, the city hall in that county, the city specifically, and asked the receptionist if she could do some things for her. Um, and even though it probably would have taken weeks for it to happen, you know, and The receptionist was really kind and decided to help her out, and she was just as shocked as the receptionist when they find out that there wasn't just an illegal marriage, there was a prenup. Like, what? A prenup? And it turned out her mom had signed the prenup, but her dad didn't. Or her dad signed the prenup, but her mom didn't. And the prenup basically stated um, that he would get everything if they divorced. And after that, she thanked the receptionist, hung up. She talked to the employee of the bank saying, hey, could you do the same thing for me? Because I want to know if it's accurate or not. And the employee was like, sure, but we got to be quick about this. My manager is not going to be happy about this. and so, um, and so he ends up walking in, because he had already done the same thing the other night, uh, wondering such why there was a lawyer why there was a teenager trying to have an account with them. Um, but anyway, she accessed the marriage license and finds out there's also a prenup here saying that if they divorce, um, the mom would get everything. And it turned out the mom signed the prenup, but the dad didn't. So basically this forces her dad to move back to their home county, their home city, to in, to basically get what he deserves in their marriage from the divorce, and her mom would have to stay here in town. Oh wait, no, 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 no. Strike that, reverse it. The In their hometown, the mom signed it, but the dad didn't. In the current city they lived in, her dad signed the prenup, but her mom didn't. Or her fuck, yeah, her dad signed the prenup, but her mom didn't. And because of that, like her mom would have to go back to her hometown and get all that stuff. Um, and uh, and that her dad would be getting all the stuff in this city. So basically, like, I can't remember exactly what happened on Saturday, but she ends up having a phone call with the lawyer again, stating what she found out. Um, but I do remember that, like, after the bank appointments or after the bank meeting, when she returned, while she was returning home, she called the lawyer saying, "Hey, I found this out, and I have a plan," and told the employee this plan to make sure that, because the manager ends up coming in, and he learns about the illegal shit with his trust funds. They both agree to have the accounts frozen, but the teenager, she had a plan. So basically, Sunday is she's going to reveal everything to them. Um, and by the time they learn about the trust funds, by the time she reveals about the trust funds, basically, because she asked the employee, like, are you guys open on Sundays? She was like, yes, but only between such and such hours. I think it was like between noon and 3 or something like that. And she was like, okay, well, at 2 o'clock, freeze the accounts. That way, by the time my parents find out, it'll be too late. Because at 2 o'clock should be when she's done, uh, talking to her family about what's going on. And um, I think during her phone call with the lawyer on Saturday, she realized, wait, if mom, like the lawyer was worried that the mom would bring her and her siblings with her to the hometown, and she was like, no, it's not. No, that's not going to happen, because the marriage in that city states to everything that they have currently, and in that state they never had children. In that city they never had children, but they do here. Her dad would be keeping us. Which is insane. I don't know if that would legally happen in real life, but I have that happening in this dream. It's like so much shit is going on. And I absolutely love it. Okay, I'm going off long enough as it is. I'm sorry, guys, but I just wanted to get the stream out of my head and let you guys know what's been going on with my dream. I'm super excited, and I look forward to how her parents are going to react to all this shit. I am super excited. Um, oh right, I forgot. Like the phone call that she with her lawyer on her way home from the last bank meeting. She told him, please look up, try to contact anyone who has her grandma's uh will and testament on her dad's side and both grandparents on her mom's side, because she had a feeling that there was more to her inheritance than she thinks, you know. And that's why she got a call from him Saturday, stating, "Hey, I found something out with all three of them, and you need to hear this." She's like, "Okay, when can we meet?" And he was like, "No, everyone needs to hear this. I'm going to be there at the your family meeting tomorrow." So I'm actually as I said, like I'm looking forward to how Sunday goes. I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully by the time you guys have heard of this stream, I'll have witnessed what has happened so far. Because I'm not saying this Sunday literally, I'm saying in the dream Sunday. Um, it's so exciting. I'm looking forward to it. And I am realizing how long this video is, but I just wanted to make sure y'all heard about the dream. It's just like, what the fuck is going on? I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna go, y'all. I love you so much, my beautiful kittens and viewers. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button like a kitten would, and if you're just now tuning into this channel and you're not subscribed, wait, really, because this is gonna be like an hour and 30-minute long video. Please hit that red subscribe button, make it that beautiful gray, as well as that bell icon right next to it. That'll notify you of all the videos that I do, which are on Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Central, and Sundays, 4:30 p.m. Central, and in the middle of the month, either a cheat stream or live stream, depending on what laptop I have. I hope you all have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. I am Sweet Rascally Rabbit, loving my maladaptive daydreams. Um, and saying goodbye. Stay awesome, and may hope always follow you. I'm a gamer and running in circles. I'm a rabbit and running in circles. I'm annoying and running in circles. Might as well jump in the hole and be a bunny. Be a bunny. Look at all these. Oh, we've already had the boot job. Okay. The shoe house. There's still so many jobs to do. I'm actually curious of what the bonus jobs are. Mars rover, fountain, miniature golf course, and steam locomotive. Oh, okay. The Buckingham Files. Oh! Wait, no. Okay, this is weird. Okay, I definitely need to do the odd jobs. For the bonus jobs. Dude, we're halfway through the career.